Hi YouTube, I'm back again. I wanted to come and talk about a situation. Had a conversation with somebody early this morning, and the spirit has been having me to tell them that sometimes, because I've experienced this, that sometimes God can show us dreams and visions, and He can show us dreams, visions, and things of our husband and our wife. And I had this happen to me ever since like 2014. I've had God dealing with me with my husband. He showed me visions. He showed me dreams. I seen a man, and I was thinking that it was my ex-boyfriend. And I went so hard for that relationship, and anybody that came against it, I went hard and I went on. I went ham and was like, no, I'm not receiving it. I know what God showed me and I know what God told me. For years I did this. For about, about up until last year, honestly. And people was telling me the same thing that I told this young lady today. They didn't say it exactly like it. But what I was telling the young lady today, I was telling her, and I told her the other day the same thing. She said she's going through the same thing where she had visions, she had dreams, and she think that God is telling her about this person. But it is reminding me of the man that I was with, the way that he's doing things when it comes to her. And I was sitting there thinking like, dang, that sounds familiar. Not to throw my ex under the bus, and he was a good man. I believe that he did have a love for me. I had a love for him. But there are two things that I really believe that we went wrong. Number one, I believe that we was not supposed to go beyond being friends, and we did that. Number one, that's why it didn't work. Number two, it didn't work because it didn't work because although we cared for each other and although we were really good friends with each other, we wanted to keep each other we wanted to be in each other's life. At the end of the day, we couldn't separate our friendship from God saying, no, I don't want y'all together. You see what I'm saying? And what I did was I ran with my feelings. I ran with the fact that, okay, he's still talking to me. He must care about me. Okay, he's telling me not to marry nobody else. Oh, he must care about me. He must really want to be with me. And he must really want to be with me. So at the end of the day, what I hurt was I hurt myself. He didn't hurt me because he told me. You see what I'm saying? He was telling me the whole time, look, I don't look at you that way no more. I don't feel the same way I did about you back then. And I hurt myself. So I was the blame for how I was feeling. And then I met someone last year around November. At this place, I was praying and I was telling God, Lord, I'm tired. I don't want to keep holding on to my ex. I don't want to keep holding on to my ex. I want to have somebody who loves me, who wants to spend the rest of their life with me, who I can grow old with. Excuse me, I was sweating, so I turned on the AC. And so what God did was I have worked at my job 5 years this year. Let me see, October, about 5 years this year. And I met this man. The whole time I've been there, I had been there about 4 years, didn't even know who he was, hadn't even really seen him except for a few times. And I had noticed him looking at me, so I felt like, okay, Well, because a lot of the guys tried to talk to me. I don't think I'm a bad looking person. I have a wonderful personality once you get to know me. The end of the day is just that I looked how God did this thing. And because I wanted what I wanted, I caused a lot of heartache and a lot of pain to my own self. And, excuse me. And what God is showing me is that when he sent this man to me, everything that I loved about my ex, that I fell in love with my ex, this man is and more. And the things that my ex had no intentions of doing with me, this man is doing with me. I now have 2 beautiful babies. Like I said in my previous video, I'm 3 months pregnant, got a 6-month-old child. Working towards a future. I have a family now. You see what I'm saying? I have always wanted a family. I have a family now. I don't have no drama. I don't have no women calling my phone. I don't have no women saying it to me when I go out. We can be seen together and nobody say anything. You know what I'm saying? Nothing negative. They can't say that I am with their man or I'm with their baby daddy. He has children, but the situation, the dynamic is different than what it was with my ex. And I thank God for that, because at the end of the day, I evaluate the situation. And when I say this, that doesn't mean that it was a bad situation. It's just that some things happened because we were not supposed to be together in that way. That's what I'm saying. We both made mistakes. We both did things. We both cared about each other, but we're not supposed to be together. So we can't force something that God says no to. And at the end of the day, when I look at the decisions that I could have made, and then I look at the decisions that I have made since November last year, I got a 6-month-old baby. I'm pregnant again. I'm not saying things are perfect in my relationship. We both got things we got to work on, but it's not like it would have been if I would have went the other way. And I keep saying again, because I want it to be known, the man is not a bad man. My ex is not a bad man. He has very good qualities to him. And he will make somebody a wonderful husband one day. It's just that we were not supposed to be for each other. We would have made the best friends. But because that line had been crossed so many years ago, that it complicated the whole situation. Well, we had got to a place where we didn't know how to separate our friendship from the love and the lust we had for each other. You see what I'm saying? And I promised myself that I would never do that again. That I would never allow myself to be in a situation like that again, because I lost a good friend. I lost someone that I could have still been friends with to this day, because we chose to go the way that God didn't want us to go. And it complicated things. It messed things up. We made so many mistakes. We hurt each other. And we did it in such a way that it was hard for us to even be friends. So it's, it became a frenemy type of situation. And I promised myself I would never, 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 ever do that again, because in this relationship I'm in, we're both willing to work towards being better people, being better partners to each other. We are working so hard at not to make the same mistakes that we made in our previous relationships. And I feel like, that's a good choice, because I didn't want to have to start all over. You know what I'm saying? I had not been with anybody since my ex, and it had been 13 years, over 13 years. And it's just that when I can say that because I allow God to hold my body and allow God to hold me from messing with multiple men or having other relationships, I feel like God blessed me because God knew my heart. He knew that there were things that I loved about my ex. So what he did was the very qualities that I loved about my ex, God gave me in the man I'm with now. But the best part about it is that the things that I fell in love with about my ex, I'm not talking about things he did. I'm talking about who he was as a person, his personality, the way he is with his family, the way he is with his kids, the way he go hard for his friends, the way how he'll take the shirt off his back and give a stranger his last if he have to. You know what I'm saying? Qualities, good qualities in him. I see a lot in my man. And those same good qualities, I get that and I get more. That's why I can sit up here and say that I know he's going to make a wonderful husband. I know that whoever my ex be with, he's going to be a wonderful husband. He's already a wonderful father. He's going to be a wonderful husband to that woman. And she is going to be thankful to God every day that she decided to be with him. Because like I said before in another video, is that people ain't bad people, but when they're not for you, and when I say not for you, meaning that God has not given you to be that man's wife, it's not going to work. I don't care what you do. It's not going to work. I don't care how good y'all get along. It's just not going to work. You see what I'm saying? And we have to realize that, and we have to let those things go. And the reason why I brought this situation up is because I had to let it go. I had to let everything go that I was desiring, that I was wanting, that I was praying about when it came to my ex, and realize God don't want that for he and I. He have different people for us. And I had to learn that. So at the end of the day, I heard a story that just blew me away. And it was a story of a young lady who's with a man, and they had a child. Her child is with the man she's with, but she named her child after her ex-boyfriend. And the man forgave her, but he's hurt because, and that's why I said, this is why I say, if you're not over a person, don't go jump in no other relationship with somebody else until you deal with those feelings, till you get that closure that you need. Now, sometimes God will sometimes God will make you so tired of the situation where he would have things happen to where you be like, okay, I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. And when you get to that place, he'll send you somebody that if you still dealing with some hurt, you and that person can heal each other. You and that person will come together and connect in such a way that healing will take place, not just within you, but also within him of some situations in his past. And because that's what happened to me. And that's how I know. But like I was saying is that, that hurt that man. And I don't never want to see nobody go out here and do nothing like that ever again to someone that they're supposed to love. Because obviously this woman is still in love with her ex. You see what I'm saying? She's in love with her ex in such a way that she named her child with another man her ex's name, which is wrong because she know better. You don't do that. You just cause a problem in your relationship. You see what I'm saying? And now this man know that you still in love with this man. He probably didn't even know before, but he know that you in love with this man. enough to name your child, the child you had with him, after the man you ain't even with no more. And we need to stop doing stuff like that. We can't do things like that, because it really hurts people, you know. And we need to let stuff go. Let these old past relationships go. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Let it go. It ain't gonna come back unless God's hand is in it and it's meant to be. You see what I'm saying? Until then, let it go. And let God do it. And if it's supposed to be together, he'll bring it back. See you later. Bye.